That's a great thought about all the other characters and what gifts they would have given you. You know, so would everyone give you something sort of?
Oh, I'm still waiting for my gift from Elba. It wasn't bloody there, was it? Egypt.
It's so cheap, those elves. Hello.
Hello. So in the show there are a lot of different parallel storylines and different groups of people, and they don't necessarily meet. And I was wondering how it was shooting. Did you get to meet all of the other actors at different locations in the show, or did you only meet at the beginning and at the end, or how was it?
Well, because we were locked down in New Zealand, we had this magical time whereby, because oftentimes when you're working on a movie or a TV show, you go in for doing your bits and then you just go home and sleeping in your own bed, as we were talking about. And so oftentimes you might not even meet some of the other actors until it's a wrap party or you go to an opening together. So that was what was so special about this job. And lots of actors and lots of interviews always say, oh, we love the car, we love each other. And I don't think that's always true, but in this case it really, really is, because we spent, as Ismael was saying earlier on about this particular time in history with the pandemic, we were each other's family and friends. That's all we knew when we were there, and so we did it so much together socially. And one of the boys, Ben Walker, who plays Bill Gallagher, used to have Sunday lunch for us all, almost every Sunday, right? Owain would cook. He's a very, very, very good cook.
Very good.
So yeah, it was beautiful. So that was a very, very special part of it, and I think it stood us in really good stead actually for this whole opening that we've been going through over these last few months. We're a very tight crowd, and we tend to look after each other.
Some might say we're a fellowship.
Steady. Leather clothes.
We also got a chance to visit other people's sets as well, which was really nice. So Lloyd's right, we kind of all became friends before we even started shooting, because shooting got held up. Ismael's got a brilliant story about that. But the shooting got held up. I've got to pass you that. It got held up, and so we kind of all became friends before we even got onto set. So when we finally started shooting, we were so excited to visit set. I visited the Harford set, I visited some stuff that Nomvete did. If ever we got the chance, we would hop on and have a watch. I visited Numenor as well on my very, very last day. So yeah, it was really exciting, and you can imagine how excited we were to have this fellowship and friendship, and then for the show to come out and see our best friends and family kind of performing and doing their thing. It was just incredible. But the shoot.
We went in October 2019, right? October, yeah, November. Yeah, and it was always like batches of people, and I went in December 2019, and we're like training so intensely and everything that our under does, and learning the language and learning the.
Ismael does all his own stunts.
Wow.
He's even doing this stuff. It's panel stuff.
But anyways, it was so intense. It was like 4 months of just intense training. Shooting started that February. As everyone is like on set, you're getting ready. I'm honing in. We're doing everything. It's like 8-10 hours a day of just prep. And I was like doing a little vlog. I was like, well, this is my training session. Up until the night before, I was supposed to shoot that Monday, and I'm on the treadmill going like, this is my last gym session, before my first day of Lord of the Rings. And 30 minutes later, I got a call, and it's like, I think we're gonna hold for. At first, it was like a week. Yeah. We're gonna hold, because the pandemic had reached us. So 10 minutes later, I have another vlog entry.
He was like, Sophia, I'm going to eat the most amount of cake you have ever
I'm going to get so drunk. Someone's like, what are you going to do now? I'm going to get so drunk. Because I've been in this crazy diet, getting all out on there. But yeah, no, we shot, we just, shooting got paused 10 hours before my first day, and I had to wait 6 more months to, and when I came out of quarantine, there was another outbreak, so that was in September. We waited another 3 weeks on my first day of shooting. So
you needed that to get back into shape.
Oh, and to learn how to speak English.
You could have been a dwarf during the pandemic.
So yeah.